everybody, and welcome to another edition of Tech20 Tuesday. It's Tuesday afternoon, and every Tuesday afternoon not every Tuesday afternoon, every second Tuesday afternoon, we take 20 minutes and have a look at some amazing new technology tools that are sitting out there, digital tools that help support teaching and learning. And over the last couple of sessions, we've been looking at Canva with my colleague, Lindsay McLean, and Lindsay's back today. And one of these really cool tools that suddenly just kind of appeared, at least for me, was the website generator and the website creator and hosting tool. And I think it really has a lot of possibilities. So I am going to go ahead and introduce Lindsay and let her take over and share this with us.
Okay, just share my screen here and make sure folks can hear me. Where we go? Here we go. All right, is that good, Jeff? All right. So I'm going to kind of operate this session based on the assumption that folks have a little bit of experience with Canva. If you don't, certainly go back and watch our previous sessions. We did look at Canva basics about a month ago, and then I believe 2 weeks ago we took a look at all of the, not all, but many of the AI features that are available. So today we're looking at websites. When you open up Canva, we're going to go just along here where you have all of the options of things to create, and we're going to click on website. The fantastic thing about this is that creating a website used to take a lot of skill and a lot of time. I mean, I remember, I'm sure Jeff remembers too, learning a bit of HTML to be able to create a website. We've come a long way since then. And you'll see that Canva is a fantastic tool that makes it really, really easy. And if you have any experience at all with designing a document or a presentation, you'll see that creating a website is almost an identical process. So, like with any other things in Canva, we have tons of templates available to us. So I'm just going to search education. And then you can see there are all kinds of templates here that we can choose from. So for today, I'll just choose a random one. Of course, you can always start from scratch as well. There's nothing wrong with that, but just know that there are lots of choices available to you. So once you chosen a design, a lot of them have multiple pages. So we're just going to go ahead and say apply all 9 pages. So each of those now is one of my website pages. One thing that I have figured out that kind of makes your life easier as you're doing these websites is to go into the side here, into the notes, and name each of your pages. So you can add some notes, but up here where it says add page title, we'll just call this home. Off of there, go down to page 2. If this is agenda, we'll name that agenda, and so on and so forth. And you'll see shortly why that makes life easier. Okay, so a couple of my pages are named. If there are pages in the template you've chosen that you don't want, you can simply go in and remove them. So if I don't want Student of the Week, one click of a button and it's gone. I'm going to go back up to the top. If I'm happy with that design, I can leave it as is. If I want to change it, I can change it just like I would anything else. Explain what your website's for. And then, of course, I have access to all of my elements that we can search for graphics and clip art and use anything that we would normally use within Canva. Let's just pop that in there. That's why not. All right. The other thing you can do in Canva is link to external sites or to other pages in your website. So let's say I want to change this. I'm just going to say, I don't think I would necessarily do that on the second page of a website, but just for demonstration purposes, I'll say, click here for class news. We want to turn that into a link. So what I'm going to do is highlight that text. And I think because it's grouped, it's not showing me all of my options. So I'll ungroup that. And I click on these three dots, scroll down to link. I have a couple of options. I can link to other documents that I've created in Canva. I can link to other pages in my website. So here I want to link to the class news page. So now when I go into preview, which you can do at any point as you're building your website, if I go down here, I want to test. When I click on this, it should take me down to the next page. And it does. So it's really that simple. If I want to link, say, to a YouTube video, all I would do ungroup these again, do is click on there, again, go to my three dots, choose link, and then I would pop in a URL. And then I'd have a couple of options. I'm not sure what's on my clipboard right now. I believe that that's not a YouTube video. Okay, so let's just quickly go and grab one. And let's say it's songs for learning French. And I've got a playlist here. Don't want it to play. But if I just grab that, go back, I can paste that link in. But I have a couple of options. I can link it or I can embed it, and that's actually going to show me a preview of the video. So if you had some songs that you were regularly using in class, you could kind of set them up as tiles here and make that a great resource for students or for parents who are looking for an idea of what you're doing in class. And that really is the basics. So again, if you don't want a page, you delete it. If I want to add a page, I can just go in and say add page. Again, I go into notes to add it. When I hit preview, it's nice because you've got a couple of options. You can see what it looks like on a desktop or a laptop computer. You can also click this button and it's going to preview what it looks like on a mobile device. When you're happy with your site, you're going to go up and hit Publish Website. The URL is assigned automatically, so they always default to ASD-W, my Canva site, / and then whatever you name it. So the title of my website is Welcome to Our Class, so that's what it's defaulted to. If I wanted to change that, I make it Mrs. McLean's grade 3, for example. Now, when I go to publish that, hasn't changed it there. It was still the default, but I could go in and change it right here. Okay. You can go a little bit further into the publish settings, create a little description of your website if you would like. And then I do like in these advanced settings, depending on what you're planning on using your website for, you can enable password protection. So obviously we're never putting images of students or any identifying information on these websites we're creating, but you still have the option to password protect it if you would like. So I can toggle that on, set a password, and provide that to whoever I would like to view it. If you don't want it visible in search engines, so you don't want folks searching up your website, we can just toggle that one on. And then we can also choose how our link will appear when it's shared on social platforms, which is something you wouldn't likely be doing. And then all I have to do is hit publish, and then that website would go live for anyone who wants to see it to see. Have I forgotten anything, Jeff?
No, I think that's great. There's a whole bunch of ideas that teachers can use this for. As you noted here, you've got a classroom website where you can share resources where you're going, for your families and for your students at home or in your class. But there's also a lot of other groups in schools that could utilize this. If you had music group, or if you had a basketball team or whatever, you could have your own websites just through here. The nice thing about them is that they've already been vetted and approved for privacy purposes. So
This is just an example that I'm sharing with permission. One of our teachers in ASD-W teaches tech has created this website for their students. So we've got a little welcome message, and then it's linked to each grade. And they've got all of their modules in there. Those are all linked. And it describes all of the activities for students to do. So if you're wanting to create something for some student-driven or self-paced learning, this is a great option for that as well.
So I've got a quick question with regards to hosting.
And I think that's it. We flew through it today.
yep, I think we had a question. Is that you, Russell?
Yeah, just a quick question on hosting. I know a few years ago, this probably will date me a little bit, but we used to have a server in our school that we hosted our own websites on, and so we spent quite a bit of time building websites for some of our tech classes. And then later on, when servers were taken out of the school and everything was centralized, we struggled trying to figure a way to host the websites we'd created. So I noticed this is being hosted by Canva. I just assume that what would be the contingency if for some reason the department decided not to continue subscriptions to Canva? Is there some way that if we put the time in to build resources in a website that we could be able to move that website to a different host?
I'm not sure that anything that's built in Canva can be exported and hosted anywhere else. I think it's probably got some bells and whistles and other limitations in terms of just taking that and moving it. I'm not pessimistic, I guess, by nature. I'm optimistic that the relationship between the department and Canva and Microsoft is a long-lasting one, a long-standing one, and I think that this is our best option right now.
Okay.
I don't think that the department is looking to host standalone websites at all in any way, shape, or form.
But as far as Canva, it looks like there is a long-term relationship that's going to stay in place, as far as you know.
As far as we know.
Okay, because that's one of the things over the years. We've invested energy in different things that have then gone away, and we've had to restart from scratch sometimes. So
Yeah.
I've been looking for something that I could do some websites more for some high school classes, actually, that would be accessible not just by students but also by parents. So this looks like a good option. I'll give it a try, probably.
I believe it is. I think this is your best bet right now. I'm really excited about this platform.
Okay,
It's very user-friendly and easy to navigate, and what a fantastic project for students even to build their own websites as well. The thing with it changing is that the technology has changed so fast. So yes, we've gotten used to something, and then something else comes along that's better, faster, easier. But I do predict that Canva is here to stay. It's got many users worldwide.
Okay, sounds good. And there's nothing preventing us from linking from our school website, which we have right now, to, for example, Canva website that we might want easy access for parents, let's say, for an information site or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You could do that.
Okay, good. Sounds good. We're just exploring doing getting started with something we used to do years ago, which was a weekly news thing where we had students put together news items and do a video and a news broadcast. And it would be nice. Right now, we're just doing it within the school, but it'd be nice if we could have a website to host that and then link that directly to our site easily without having to go through a lot of hoops.
The only thing to remember there, if you have actual student images or video on there, is that it is open. If presuming you don't have password protection, it is open to everyone. One other option, I don't know if you know about it, is if you're creating video or I suppose anything in Canva, there's also the option to create a public view link. So it's not necessarily posted for anyone with the URL. Well, it is for anyone with the URL to see, but it's not something that people are just going to stumble upon. So to access that, you just hit the share button and then you choose create public view link. You can copy that and share it with your school community. And whether or not people have a Canva account, they can view what's been created.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Russell. And if you or anybody else out there in YouTube land, as they listen to this, have any questions, they can always reach out. I am just going to quickly share my screen again and let you know that our digital learning team is available for help and support of anything you're doing. Of course, Lindsay is here with me today, and but we've also got Joel Everett and Waylon Dixon, and they're primarily upriver. Also, Yvette Seeley and Wendy Thomas and myself are hanging out here in Frederick Normuckto along with Lindsay, and we'd be glad to come and reach out to any of us for help with Canva or anything else, any other questions you might have around digital learning. That's all for today, and we'll look again to see you in a couple of weeks on Tech 20 Tuesday.